Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 2640. I'm your host Arwin, and before I start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit, and if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the gift card, PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are all in the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. You can always use it. Alright. Whoever, man. Lots of people still watch my show. It would be nice if somebody just like subscribed or something. I mean, how much effort is that? Anyway, weather today is, well, as predicted, blue skies, sunny, warm, very warm. I mean, it's really summer now. Like, it just, like a switch flipped. It was already like during the early morning, and just could really feel it. Like, yeah, this is going to be a hot day. And it is. So yeah, beautiful blue skies. It's a slight bit of haze here and there. I don't know, they might be trailing something, but it's not really all that thick. So I'm just going to ignore it. The moon is out. I don't know if you pick it up. The webcam, pick it up, it's over there. It's just this tiny, like a quarter of it, sliver. Nah, the webcam can never pick up the moon during the daylight. It's not strong enough. I mean, my eyes can, but not the webcam. Anyway, you can still see how nice and blue it is, and the plants are enjoying the extra sunlight. It's just great. Yeah, and I've gone full-blown summer mode in shorts and just one white t-shirt. A new one. I don't know if this actually is really what I was looking for, this type of shirt, but I mean, this is basically all they had. If I want a better one, I'd have to probably look around on the internet or something. But yeah, for now this will do. Because, I mean, eventually I'm just going to keep wearing this under my black shirt, which, the one that I have over there, that one is not white anymore. So, right. It is Friday, the 22nd of May 2026. Temperature is 26 degrees Celsius. I mean, that's a big difference. 48% humidity, 8 kilometers an hour wind, 0% precipitation. Yeah, low wind. Definitely no more rain for now. So, yeah, now we have to give the plants water for a while, because I mean it's gonna be pretty hot and not rainy for a while. So don't forget about that. Just because the plants had water all that time doesn't mean they won't need it now. I mean, everything that's out in the open ground, it'll probably be fine. I mean, water levels are still pretty high. I checked yesterday, checked the river Vecht behind the building, and it's like, well, pretty much the highest that I've ever seen it. If it would have risen just 1 foot higher, it would potentially be street level. It would have started overflowing, but it didn't go that high. But it was really high, so the water level is still good. And everything that's in the ground, in the open ground, will be able to last through this nice sunny period without any problems. Just potted plants, you still gotta give them water. Right. My coffee's hitting perhaps extra hard now that it's this warm. Right. So, how's everybody doing this Friday? I'm doing pretty good. A food bank had a pretty good supply they gave me, so I'm good. Yeah, I did download a whole bunch of clips. Kind of random though. I don't know. I just didn't bump into like really remarkable things, but interesting things though too. I did. Just interesting things relating to nature and previous stuff. Like this video over here. It's basically a cat messing around with the snake. The snake is like basically trying to threaten it. But it's like the cat doesn't give a shit. Well, I thought that was interesting. It's not a lot of animals that do that. Even among the feline. But yeah, cats, they can be like pretty... They're good with snakes. Could it be because they are actually hybrids? Remember that video? Like their eyes, they have actually like snake eyes. Unlike all the other feline species. So they may have some snake in them, and that may explain why they can be so... What do you even call this? So casual around snakes, even when they're kind of threatening. Let's play that for a second. So 1 minute, just... I mean, I'm not sure, but to me, that snake looks kind of poisonous. I have no idea, though, what type of snake it is. But usually, when they're thin and they have some kind of color that stands out, that to me, that tells me they could be poisonous. But yeah, that cat just like, fuck it. Just messing around, laying on the ground, turning its back on it, like, It's basically bragging with how reflexive and well defended it naturally is. I think that's the best way to describe it. But I mean, that is impressive. And I've seen that before. Like, cats don't really fear snakes as much as a lot of other animals. And that's interesting. Dude, this sounds really silly, but since I found out that cats may be like hybrid with snakes, I like them even more. And it's also interesting because like they clearly do have feelings. So it's not like they're cold reptilian psychopath. Like no, cats are clearly, well, they might be having a little bit of sociopathy, right? But they can be quite pronounced in their characteristics. But they have feelings, definitely. And social feelings and all that, unlike reptiles. So it's not like they're emotionally reptile. They're like reptiles with a skin like it's a feline. No. They just have some of their peak abilities, basically. So it is like a very solid created hybrid. If it is that. I mean, and it probably is. Just like, I mean, in my view, still pigs are actually partially human. Another reason why I don't really want to eat them. And pigs are way smarter than people like would like to recognize. They're actually extremely sociable animals. Like, you'd be surprised. And I mean, some people do have them as pets, and they would definitely testify to that. So, but yeah. It's all fine, right? I like cats. Oh yeah, this is hilarious. Yeah, but I'm not gonna just start out with clips like this. What was I doing yesterday? Watching a bit of Alex Jones show, was there. Yeah, I mean, nothing that really stood out. It's just ongoing situations. Everybody's agreeing that massy elections were stolen. This was ridiculous. Hey, keep me in your fear. Good to see you. Was there an Owen Benjamin show yesterday? I don't remember. I don't think so. No. Right, there's one today though. I caught up on a bunch of Quantum of Conscious. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of, well, social upheaval, basically, more and more around these asylum-seeking centers here in the Netherlands. With the Loosdrecht situation, of course, that was like kind of the starter of like it getting really out of control. Because like they're just springing it on locations. It's like they're just secretly rolling out, like suddenly bringing in buses of illegals, and like nobody's even been informed it's happening, and they just like, oh yeah, it's just here now. Like, this is the kind of crazy shit that's now starting to go on, and people are very alarmed, and they're organizing, and because these are at this point actually criminal moves. Like, the government is acting criminally, and individuals that are acting criminally like this are being identified, which is great. And we're all left to wonder, how the hell did these people even get to that position of power? How did they manage to get in there? How did everybody let that happen? Because these people that do that are clearly deranged and corrupt. Because nobody wants that. So they're clearly corrupted. It's no other way. Right. And it's even surprising they're just trying to do that. It's crazy. But there's a lot of pressure now against it from the grassroots, from the people, from lawyers, from, well, political organizations too. Like, Form of Democracy has a lot of guys that are now part of it that are crushing it. Pretty much all of it. Really focused. And they make connections, and it's like a resistance is actually mounting and organizing. Like a legal, political, non-violent resistance, and it's really serious. So, but they're getting a lot of pushback. They're like, the enemy, the darkness, the deep state, and no world order. They know, like, this is the resistance, and they're pushing back as much as they can. But I mean, we are getting momentum though. And there's going to be a turning point where we're basically going to overrun the other side and really put a halt to all this deliberate, organized sabotage of the nation. So it's kind of exciting, but also worrisome, and it's especially just really, really embarrassing and shameful, especially for like certain police forces and all that they're just being utilized to do this. Like, they must be pretty embarrassed about it, or like completely out of their mind, delusional, like doubling down so much that they just lost track and they're just kind of like panicked and confused. They're just doing what they're ordered or something. But I mean, they're not doing good following these types of orders, cracking down hard on the locals and like basically letting refugees that commit horrendous crimes that are very obvious that they did that, and just basically let them go almost systemically. Like, that can't be good. It can't be good for their sanity. Yeah. It looks like the general public also is starting to now actually get a hint with the climate change bullshit. It's like the woke crap. It's like most people are kind of past that. They're like, just let it, like, okay, the people that went with it, you just kind of like, okay, yeah, you do your thing, whatever, but I mean, don't push it. Don't push it on everybody. And the climate change, which was another one of these mind control things they sprung on us early 21st century. Well, it's been wrong so many times, and there's been like systemic fraud that's been committed in the name of it, etc. The people are also starting to catch on, like, yeah, you know what, it's all frickin' bullshit. We're sick of hearing about it, hearing fear porn about the weather. So they're finally letting it sink in properly out there, which is great. I mean, what took you so long? And that includes that also chemtrails, which is the wrong word, technically the wrong word for it. If you say chemtrail to like someone in the government, then they'll just say you're uninformed and crazy or whatever. But if you say them persistent aerostatic, what is it again? Persistent aerosol injection, something like that, then suddenly it's technically correct, and they'll just admit that that's happening, that they're basically that there's projects of geoengineering going on. It's really high up and nobody really is informed exactly how it works. Yeah, people are having none of it. They don't want it. I get it. We want blue skies. We want clear blue skies like this. That's what we want. We don't want your frickin' geoengineering. We don't need some frickin' aerial protection layer against the sun. Yeah, the sun is not a danger to us. We want it. We want the sun. We don't want to get doused in poison. in chemicals and heavy metals, particulates. That's what we don't want. So yeah, I'm kind of glad. I'm glad it's turning around more. Like it really feels like it. Wow. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just looking at it, and it's like, yeah, it's going. It's heating up. That's good. Is there anything else going on? I mean, I might be missing out on a whole bunch of things. Like, for example, a few days ago, basically, Israel declared war on Europe. I didn't even mention it. Like, that's how afraid I am of Israel saying something like that. Because, I mean, they are a cat in a corner at this point. They've been exposed. For vicious crimes. I mean, it is kind of like a cat. I mean, cats can be really cruel to, like, their prey. Right? And then, yeah, and then when you like really like try to address them on it, they're like, that's my instinct. I want to do that's normal. But yeah, people can be really pissed off over it. Like, don't do that. Leave the mouse alone, or just kill it, or something. Yeah. And they started to threaten Europe. I'm surprised what took them so long. I mean, I did predict this. I did predict that. Well, I did predict in a literal sense, like they're going to declare war on America. They've not really done that overtly like that, but I mean, they are like trying to take it over, which is, I mean, in a sense, is like declaring war on America. And people there get that about it. But yeah, actual threatening of Europe by Israel. Because, I mean, Israel's a cornered cat right now, and they just keep getting more and more aggressive. Like, the more cornered they get, the more aggressive they launch, they lash out. That's why I think regime change should happen in Israel for their own benefit, and considering the circumstances, it's probably the Israelis themselves that have to end up doing it. Because any outsider group, like, it's like too risky. They might go completely berserk. Like, they'll have like the excuse to like boost up their war drumming more than ever before, right? If they suddenly get attacked like that. So there might, I mean, a revolution, perhaps. Perhaps there is still like enough animo and enough competent people in Israel that they could do that to really turn around the way it works and to end this Greater Israel project in this form, right? I mean, dude, the Jews could still frickin' conquer like the territory that they aimed for, except they just can't do it with conquest. They just have to do it by being great and providing and just getting everybody on their side again. To be the envy of the area and not like, oh my god, the horrifying people live there that always try to kill everybody. Right? If they can turn that around completely, then they could be like welcomed eventually. I mean, there's still a lot of bad blood that's been set. But yeah, I mean, that could potentially also end if, well, Netanyahu and the Likudniks and all that, the guys that have been so brutal on everybody, if they get their due deserved punishment. Yeah, that could potentially stop the escalating frictions. And might, like, yeah, it might make Iran calm down again, potentially as well. Right? And be slightly less aggressive. I mean, they're not even that aggressive. They're just aggressive towards Israel and their meddling and all that, really. And poking around with, like, the region to basically get everybody in line. And that's really what they're doing, it seems. It's just, like, forcing everybody's like, no, we're the big dog now. You gotta fall in line with us. You gotta work along with our geopolitical maneuvers. Because we're the big dog now. And like, Saudi Arabia even is already, like, adapting to that. So they're all used to that sort of thing happening periodically. It's like, oh, some prominent figure stands up or some country, like, makes a maneuver, and then they're like the big dog, and everybody's kind of have to adapt, and that works well. That works well enough. Right? Iranians are not going to go around and genocide a bunch of people. Other groups have in the past, and some of them would still do that, and I mean, it's not even that long ago. But yeah, if Israel regime change, if it were to happen, that could, like, really end, first off, end the Hormuz crisis. And then second, end the refugee crisis. I mean, what if, like, all these people could actually, like, return to Syria, return to Lebanon, to Gaza, whatever's left of that, right? I mean, but could actually return and, like, be safe, not just get blown up again. Like, that would be fantastic. It would solve a lot of problems, also in Europe. So, it is the ultimate win. Israel regime change. But it's, yeah, like, how to do it. Like, they are dug in like an Alabama tick, as they say. They know they're fucked, and they are trying to perpetuate the war to keep it going, to prevent themselves from, well, basically being held accountable for their crimes, which are already, like, there's already convictions already happened, etc. It's part of the reason why they declared war in Europe, because, yeah, one of those convictions of, like, Netanyahu was decided by the international courts here in the Netherlands and accepted throughout the European Parliament. Like, everybody pretty much agrees. So that's the reason why. And now it's a matter of time and damage control, because, I mean, the more time they get, the more damage they'll try to do, because they're, like, even though they're, like, losing everything basically, They're just like, no, we're just gonna keep pushing ahead for the greater Israel. It just like, even if they can't actually manage to do it, they'll still just push it. Like they know it's their last chance to kill off a lot of people. I mean, it's really that dark. And that's why, like, the sooner the better. I mean, it really is. There is some urgency. Israel regime change now. Right? I mean, it would be better than that, like, things just keep escalating until somebody just sends their actually really big payload missiles at them and, like, really blows it up. Like, I don't want that to happen. Like, what's the point of that? Revenge? Dude, they'll just never let it go ever again then. No, it has to be a regime change. They have to have time to switch around in attitude, in spirit, to solve this escalation. Otherwise, it's going to be a nightmare. Like, people don't realize that. Like, oh, just blow them up. But like, no, dude, it's going to be a nightmare. Like, you will literally be sorry. Even as they are, like, getting blown up, the extra damage that's happening overall and the insanity that will be spreading while that's going on, it's not going to be worth it. Trust me on this. It's not going to be worth it. A cleanest possible regime change is the best solution. Like, for everybody, including them, including the Israelis, because they're not looking very good right now. Overall, like, they're getting really panicked. Like, they're fucked. They're the most hated, like, ever. Like, way worse than it's been in the past. Like, they don't feel comfortable with this. I mean, yeah, tactically, it's like, oh, if you're a psychopath, you can use that tactically to your advantage to keep everybody in line, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, kind of like what Hitler did. But it's not good for them. It's not healthy. It's not good for the long-term reputations. So, yeah, Israel regime change. The sooner the better. For the Jews. And everybody. Alright, anyway. How did it get to that point? Oh, yeah, they declared war. I didn't even think it was that noteworthy at the time. Right, because of the generic threat of like, oh, we have nukes and oh, we're gonna Samson option you. It's like, yeah, sorry, I'm just really not buying it anymore, man. I know they could probably do some damage in some way. Like, in a terrorist way. They could probably do some significant damage. Like, including, like, doing a dirty bomb or something. In the West. I mean, they're fucked. These guys are, like, full-blown terrorists. These fanatical Zionists. They really are. So you gotta be careful. But there are no nukes. Just to be clear. Like, there's not... A city is not going to evaporate with one explosion. That ain't happening. Do not worry about that. It's a bluff. It's a fear tactic. And it's been overused. Like, they've exploited it. The Israelis, the neocons, really, they've exploited the geopolitical stagecraft of nukes. Because as a geopolitical big players against the big players system, as a theater piece, it's been very effective. Like, it's actually worked well. And arguably prevented a lot of actual combat and casualties. The problem is, it's very, very obvious that especially Netanyahu above everybody else has really exploited the idea of nukes. Like, oh, they're going to build a nuke in 2 weeks. I mean, how many times have we heard that right now, right? That's literally abusing the stagecraft. You're not supposed to do that. Like, even if they were, it's supposed to, according to the lore of it, of how you're supposed to do it, you're supposed to keep that a secret. But they're constantly just like, oh, no, they could build a nuke, and just riling everybody up, and then, like, using the stagecraft, the fakery, to force a war that is fundamentally unjust, and abusing the statecraft to perform your conquest. They're abusing the system. They're abusing the stagecraft system, and that must end. It must. It must end. And it's not really that relevant anymore anyway. I mean, theoretically, if nukes were real, dude, like, it doesn't even matter. Like, China or Russia could literally in 24 hours just deliver, like, hi, here is, like, the most advanced hypersonic missile mounted with, like, a very powerful nuke. They could just give it to them in 24 hours. In complete secrecy. Like, it's no point. Oh, they could build. Who the fuck cares what somebody could frickin' build? Really? It's stupid. Like they're not. It was never part of their tactics. Iran was never tactically in need of nukes, and there was a ban of it with the original Ayatollah. They have no need of it. At this point, they're only gonna say, like, yeah, we have a nuke, just to say fuck you. Yeah? Not because they have one, but because they're just going to be like, we have a nuke, fuck you. Fuck you and your fucking narrative. You're not gonna stop us. We don't even want it. We don't even want the nuke. But we have it just to say fuck you to the US and Israel. Yeah? That's the only reason. As soon as, like, they would stop complaining about it, they'd just give it back. It's like, yeah, we don't actually need the nuke, but we have one just to say fuck you. Like, that's where we're at this point. Yeah? Iran has no need for nukes, even if they were real. Like, they don't care about your whining about it. Right? But yeah, let's go with it. Oh, it's all real. Oh, yeah, well, then everything I just said holds. Yeah? They could literally get a nuke in 24 hours. Highest grade, best delivery system possible. We're at that point. It's just like, they have it. They could. It's just, they don't want to. They were never like, oh, that's our ultimate goal. No, it isn't. Stop projecting your crap onto them. That's not how they do things. It's not part of their strategy. If it was real. And that's just the reality of it. And this stupid whining about they could be making a nuke in 2 weeks, it just needs to end. Quite frankly, it needs to be abolished. There need to be people, experts of whatever fucking kind, step up, get in the media, get on the History Channel, and basically say, like, yeah, this threat about nukes, it's nonsense. It's either not true or it's not relevant. If there was any need for any nation, for whatever reason, to get a tactical nuke in the face of the geopolitical situations, they would probably be able to just get it instantaneously. Just buy it. Buy it off the black market, or buy it directly from a nation, even in the open, or borrow it or something, right? It's all bullshit. Like, no politician should ever go to war because of a nuke, ever. All right. Anyway. I'm gonna fold this into the title. Hope you all are appreciating the show. I see 15 watching, that's good. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you're liking it. Yeah. Oh, this Sunday it's Pinksteren, which is... what is that in English? Pentecost. Yeah, this Sunday is Pentecost. Which in the Netherlands is like kind of more special, I think. Pinksteren, they call it. Yeah. That's this Sunday. Looking forward to that. I got the white shirt also for that. That's apparently associated with it. Hello? Okay. Weird. You click something and there's no response. Like, I don't know why. Alright, anyway, let's try to cram this all in the title somehow. Hope everybody's having a great Friday. I am. I'm feeling pretty damn good. let's try this. Hey Viscosity, good to see you. Scripted by the Puppet Master. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Now, it's a game. It's a game and it has very specific rules. That's geopolitics. And the things can change, but it's like everybody can take steps back with the rules, but then everything becomes more unreliable and more evil and more bitter, and it just ruins everything. So in a way, geopolitics is actually based on chivalry. It is very much necessary that there is a way of doing things on the world stage to keep things in balance. But yeah, a lot of trickery has been used for it as well, and it's getting exploited. Okay. Anyway, hello. Log world versus silence. That random cookie. So yeah, Flat Earth Early Bird 2640, Israel regime change can save the Middle East and end the Hormuz crisis. And dysfunctional statecraft nuke narrative has been politically overabused and overexploited. Yeah? I'm just telling you. I'm just reading the weather. The geopolitical weather. I mean, I just feel like I'm an analyst. And there's a theater piece going on. And I'm just looking at the audience, like, how are they responding to this? What are they seeing? What are they feeling because of this? That's how I'm treating this. I'm not like, oh my god, we might all die, because I am not suspended into the illusion of it. Like, I know it's fake. And I know how it works, and I know the risks about the dangers that can be real. Right? Bombs can definitely be real. Like, buildings can definitely be blown up. I know that shit. There's still danger. But the biggest danger remains like an illusion, and I'm just aware of it, and I'm looking at how it's affecting everybody, how people's views are changing over time, and I'm analyzing it. I'm basically here like, yeah, I'm reading the percentages of the culture and how it's responding to the geopolitical theater. That's what I do. I hope people appreciate it. I really do mean well. I'm not like trying to undermine the ability of states and all that to govern. No, I want them to be able to govern better. I want the people to be more satisfied with the governing, because that creates more trust and then prosperity and satisfaction and like more prosperity. I mean, that's what I really want. So I do not wish to undermine the psychological tricks of the states. I'm just here to warn you, like, hey, there's limits to what you can do with this, and you have to like conserve trickery. Do not overexpose people to it, use it too much, exploit it too much. Otherwise, people start to like really notice, like, this is a trick. They're never doing it. It's always at the horizon.
Rumble. Stream 24/7 with live streams, viral videos, live podcasts.
Doing it as a part of the statecraft. I don't want to just like embarrass them all and like, oh, you're all just lying, and like, yeah, I know, but I mean, it serves a function. I mean, it's still just like with the ball Earth, right? I mean, oh, as a flat earther, I want all ball Earth school books to be abolished. Like, yeah, but what about all the frickin' baller fanatics then? They're gonna be really pissed off and really more fanatical and creepy and evil. No, they need their slop. They need their illusions. Right? So even as a flat earther, I'm like, yeah, stagecraft, yeah, the ball Earth, yeah, we definitely need to keep these frickin' ball tards under control. You can't just tell them it's fake. I get it. Yeah? But it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna like say that. But I know it's flat though, and I know it's not the stagecraft trickery, the outer space and the planets, and we're definitely not gonna go to some other physical place. I know, but I recognize that it has a function, and the same goes with the nukes. I recognize that nukes is geopolitically as strategical. It has a function. And it worked kind of well for a bit. But if like conquerors are just starting to exploit it for their conquest, then it is faltering in its goal, which is actually world peace. The goal of the stagecraft of nukes is world peace. Because that's the end result. Yeah, a lot of fear. Oh my god, they could blow each other up, but then they end up not doing it. And then everybody's in line and everybody's relieved, and business can go on, right? World peace, in a way. That's actually the intended goal of the trick. Yeah, and it's been pretty cool. But I mean, if like some country is just going to be like, oh, they could have a nuke, we're gonna have to attack them and genocide them. Like, yeah, well then that kind of breaks the whole point of it. So you gotta make that stop, or people will universally look through the trick and it will no longer affect them at all. Like in any way, not even remotely anymore. It's like they've been overexposed to it. Then it won't work anymore. Like not even if you then like, well, you know, we're gonna do another nuke test again just to show people that even then people are not gonna buy it, and you'll have individuals like me that's gonna be, oh really, you're gonna try to trick us again? Woohoo, this is gonna be good. Okay, this is how they're gonna try to trick us, right? They're gonna have some place, location, and dig out an underground bunker there, and then they're gonna fill that up with like high yield explosives, a ton of it, a whole ton of it. And then it's like, oh look, over there, have your shields up, everybody beware, and the radiation, preparation, anticipation, building, right? And then click, and boom, a really huge detonation with a giant fireball, and it's like, wow, that looked like a nuke, doesn't it? Yeah, that's what happens when you blow up a really large warehouse. Let's just say a warehouse that's as big as this entire building, or like 3 times the volume of like this entire flat apartment building, filled up with Semtex. Something like that. Plastic explosives. Imagine that amount of volume. Yeah, that's going to yield a really freaking big explosion that you could very much interpret as like a nuke. Yeah, that's what they'll do. It is demonstrable. You can demonstrate this, right? It's just you're not gonna drop it off with like a payload on a bomb or something. Like that ain't happening. You could drop something on there, like, or send a missile into the area where you got the warehouse piled up with the explosives. but you can't actually deliver like an entire warehouse, like drop it off and then have it, and because that would look really weird. I mean, you could like have a Chinook, a really extra boosted Chinook or whatever, a heavy carrying device, maybe like one of those super jumbo planes that carries tanks and shit. But I mean, can you then even manage sufficient size? And it's really dangerous. But basically, imagine a Chinook helicopter carrying like this giant sphere that's even bigger than a freaking Chinook helicopter. Or maybe there has to be 3 carrying it. Just carrying it over, and then it's just detach, click. Yeah, that's basically what a nuke would be, right? You can't deliver it on a freaking missile. Doesn't work. Because the actual nuke is not real. You can't have a tiny thing have that much explosive power. That just doesn't exist. Yeah. That was made up. It doesn't actually exist. But I mean, yeah, you pump a warehouse full of plastic explosives, yeah, it's gonna give a really, really big explosion. It's gonna be as good as a nuke, basically, right? You just can't deposit that so easily, like on a missile. That's the trick. Right? And even like with the supposed nuking of Japan, how did they do so much damage? Well, a lot of planes with a lot of bombs dropping. Well, when you drop a bomb, you don't have to have a missile to carry it all the way there. Those bombs will be a little bit bigger. And when you just have a lot of them, yeah, it is like an equivalent of dropping one gigantic super building boulder sized piece of explosive. It's an equivalent of that. It's really about just how much destructive power you're dropping down. Right. Yeah, you're not going to like the suitcase nuke, remember that bullshit? Can you imagine? That's so stupid. And like South Park made this amazing episode of the Snook just to make fun of how fucking stupid the new concept is. Yeah? You're not going to secretly smuggle in a giant warehouse full of explosives, like in your suitcase, and then just blow up a city or whatever. Yeah, that ain't happening. Unfortunately, though, as a part of industrial sabotage, you could potentially secretly take some underground location somewhere, like in a city, under a building, like a tunnel network that might be there from the old world, and then fill it up with plastic explosives over time somehow without anybody noticing, and then as a terrorist act or a Samson option revenge, blow it up. But that literally requires them to basically get access to underground places and then fill it up without anybody noticing. Yeah, it's like sabotage. Like that is what they could do. That's what the Israelis could do potentially. They might have already done that. They might be having done that. Like who knows? Maybe. Oh God, I really hope. Like not the cathedral in Cologne. Like oh my God, if they have like a giant. They have its catacombs all filled with plastic explosives and they're holding them hostage. That's horrible. Like that could be what's going on. Yeah? I mean, that's a terrible way to carry knowing that, if that's going on. I really hope it isn't. And I really hope they're gonna like not blow it up. Fucking Israelis. Ugh. But that's it. That's That's the actual danger that could actually be. Nobody's gonna drop off or launch some missile and then an entire city is evaporated. It ain't happening. Yeah? If they really wanted to level a city like as a nuke equivalent, well then they would have to send out like 1,000 really large missiles to basically, well, like fire, like with like the tops that open up so that it like a whole bunch of large explosives scatter around, and like have 1,000 of those above a city, and like yeah, it's gone. The city's freaking gone then. But I mean that requires a lot of effort. That costs heavily to do that. Yeah, you ain't just gonna send one device over there that'll do that. That's just not gonna happen. But yeah, if one of the military parties agrees, they could totally destroy some city. I mean, this is also what happened with Dresden when World War II was over, when the Allies won. This frickin' bastard called Churchill just was like, we are going to fuck them up, and they just sent over bombers and firebombed Dresden. Yeah, and that was like 80 years ago. So that is kind of how, that's what is possible. Yeah, massive destruction, it can be done, but it requires being able to deliver it all, or it getting through. You ain't just gonna send one freaking missile and everything is gone. It's just not gonna happen. So yeah, there it is. Now you know. And I mean, most of the people that actually watch me, they already know this because I've already told them so many times over the years. So my message is always going to be, yeah, nukes are fake, but don't worry. If the people in military control really wanted to, they could like blow some place up as good as a nuke. It just takes more effort to get to that point. It's really that. Yeah, nothing is going to just suddenly out of nowhere blow up enormously. Like that ain't happening. Especially everything at the same time, that ain't happening. Right? Unless some group really has like everything rigged. But that was like, could you imagine that this just spent like 50 years just having like every city in the world just have the catacombs all filled up with explosives? I mean, that would be a pretty fucked up Samson option to have to basically terrorize the entire world with. So let's hope that they have not been able to accomplish that, or if they have, that the people that are trying to deal with that figured a way to basically neutralize it. Like there might be some way where you could like, even if it's all solid and it's like Semtex all solid in a cavern, it's way too much, you can never dig it out. Maybe there's a way to use sophisticated radio or resonance, some kind of electromagnetic field, some way to like chemically alter it so that it can't explode anymore. I mean, that would be, if it could be neutralized through resonance technology, that would be, oh my god, that would be such a relief. Because then, well, then you can literally do that and prevent, I don't know, a beautiful cathedral that's irreplaceable from being blown up by a bunch of terrorists that are holding the nation hostage in secret. Yeah? If that's the case, I really hope they figured out how to use resonance technology to like neutralize the sabotaging placed explosives. That would be great. I mean, I think it's possible to do that. It might be tricky though, right? Because you're trying to alter it. What if something goes wrong? You might actually set it off. Yeah, yeah. You have to like really test it before you actually do it on the real thing. You have to test how that works and how to prevent something from going wrong. Anyway, I'm getting carried away with this. And it's an hour in. I hope everybody's appreciating the show. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying the hot weather here. Feeling pretty good. Yeah, Fiscos. Thanks for actually responding, even though you're making it about Jews again, but that's fine. The Jews keep the prison planet going, they're not gonna drop nukes. Yeah. Well, that's part of the reason why I'm saying nuke narrative is politically overabused and exploited. It's being dysfunctional. And it's going to lead to people like not believing. It's like the crying wolf effect. Eventually, people are just not gonna respond anymore. Now let's just imagine like aliens come by and actually give, like, here's actual nukes, right? I mean, this is like kind of out there sci-fi thinking, but like aliens come by and there's like, yeah, you know, we know you've been pretending like you got nuclear devices. Here's an actual one. And it's going to be different. It's not going to be the way that nukes work, but it's like that actually achieves that effect. It's like a fusion bomb. Like, here's an actual nuke. Like, here. Pew! Fireball, giant crater. Like, yeah, here it is. Here's the actual thing. Yeah. I don't know where the hell I was going to go with this. That's a really weird idea. Oh yeah, now I remember, yeah. Even if aliens come by and actually share with us real nukes, it's like people are still, well, because it's aliens, a lot of people are not going to believe it. They're going to be like, oh, fallen angels, they're here to try to trick us again. Pay attention to what they're trying to convince us of, or what they're trying to sell us. Right? They've been hearing so many nuke narratives with nothing happening and a lot of irritating, costly things that have come from it, and then aliens come by and demonstrate like live, like a nuke, like, see, here it is, the real thing. People are just gonna be like, nope, we just won't believe it. Why? Because the narrative of nukes has been just so overexploited. It's just people become completely immune to it, even when it suddenly became real. It's just gonna be like, yeah, whatever, I just don't believe you anymore. Like, we don't care. That would happen if this keeps going. Right? Because you can't overuse the whole nuke narrative. You have to save it. It's like, if you overuse the MacGuffin, then people will start to notice it's a MacGuffin. Yeah? You gotta keep a little bit of mystery surrounding it, or people will no longer fill in the mystery of it with their imagination, which is what makes it real to them. If you all fill it in too much, if you overexpose them, then they are left with little imagination about it. And then they might just start to perceive like, wait, there's something wrong here. That this is not real. Yeah? You have to use it sparingly. And then the spell of it will remain functional. Yeah? So either keep it going and then it's the end of using nukes as geopolitical statecraft. Or you just keep pushing it until it's over. And then nobody will use it again as a narrative, because it just makes you like, oh, he's a liar. Nobody's buying this shit. Like, we're done with the nuke. Stop it. So yeah, it's up to them, man. It's up to them. My recommendation is Israel regime change, and then see where you're gonna go with it. Hope the cry wolf effect will set in completely. Yeah, I gotta add that, by the way, because that is the root effect of it. It is a cry wolf effect. So it's cry wolf dysfunctional state graph. I should call it cry wolf effect. Yeah, probably should do that. Cry wolf effect dysfunctional state graph. Yeah, I'm very satisfied with today's show. Hope everybody's appreciating it. It should be very apparent to everybody that's actually been able to follow what I'm talking about that I take these subjects very serious. I'm not joking around. This is not just idle speculation. This is very serious. And it's with serious recommendations. Like, I'm appealing to the people that assemble the narrative for the world. I'm giving my recommendations. Telling you this is where it's going, you gotta be careful. Yeah? Because I want the world to be managed properly and for the narratives to not fuck up so much, because that makes everybody crazy and more disrespectful, and I don't want that. Yeah? If you want more trust in the world and more order, more people at least trying to be good guys, then you have to use statecraft in geopolitics wisely. It really comes down to that. And so, because I know this, I'm just trying to contribute. That was. Oh, I got 2 Rogans. Thank you guys. Hope you really appreciate my show today, the subject. I kind of want to move on. I mean, I've reiterated, and you guys, I know eventually it gets tedious. I mean, in a way, I should probably at some point just write a book about this. I just don't want to write a book about it too early because, I mean, a whole bunch of people might even, like, exploit it. And I don't want that. I don't want the mind control to get worse. I just want it to be managed more wisely. Like, I don't want people to end up in a more hermetically sealed mind control prison. I just want the trickery to be done more fluidly, more better, more properly, with less intrusive side effects. It's just that's really what I want. I know there's always going to be theater as part of how the world works. I just want it to be done right. That's it. Like, yeah, I have a vow of truth, but that's me. Yeah, unless everybody in the world is going to personally decide to take that vow of truth, like, then if that would happen, then yeah, then people would be like, you know what, we need to just let go of these lies, all of it. But that ain't happening. I don't see it happening. Yeah. So I'm not going to force truthfulness on all the operations in the world, because people wouldn't be able to handle it. So I want people to be able to manage, and for that to be realized, well, statecraft and illusions like nukes and outer space and NASA, it has to be done properly, wisely, well balanced, and not just a bunch of Satanists trying to flounder it in your face on how stupid you are for believing it. Yeah, that ain't good. It's not good. I mean, it's funny, I guess, but it does just breed psychopathy, in my opinion. And so, yeah, that's not, you don't want to breed a bunch of psychopaths everywhere. You want to breed people with a good moral sense and social, that have just natural tendencies to take social responsibility and do the right thing. That's what you all want. Yeah, because that, people like that, and have enough of that, that's what creates real prosperity. And eventually, like, great buildings, beautiful buildings that last forever. That's what you need. Yeah, not psychopaths. Psychopaths don't give a fuck about beauty, you see? They just want to experience what they want to experience. They don't care about what that does to the rest of the world. They're very selfish by nature. But yeah, I mean, I still have hope. We're in the middle of a psychological transformation, in the middle of an info war, right? An information war, propaganda war, mind control. So much being revealed about the past, about all the mind control projects that have already happened and that are already part of us. Everybody's learning so much about it. And yeah, you're not going to just be able to get everybody back to sleep through intimidation or overwhelming them. Yeah, the awakening process is like, it's irreversible in a way. It can only go back to sleep if everything has awoken. Yeah, once everything is awoken, then people can get bored with it and then sink back, like retract. And then, as long as the awakening is rising, it cannot be stopped. It cannot be stopped until it's enveloped everything, until it's completed. Nobody's left behind. Right? Everybody's got to snap out of it. Everybody's got to go through the spiritual transformation of the awakening, and then when it's happened, then you go to the next phase, build a society on the new insights, and then gradually go through the same process again, like gradually decline in your consciousness and your wisdom over time. Younger generations take it for granted that everything is the way it is supposed to be. Yeah, that's what happens. Next generations, they will grow up in peace, in harmony, and they will take it for granted, and then they'll want something different, and then it happens all over again. So it's cyclical. It will always happen over again. Yeah? It's not, you can't stop it. But this current awakening cannot be ended. It can only be fulfilled. I want to put that in the title. Yeah, I hope that fits. It might not. Ah, it does not. That sucks. Almost. It almost fits. Yeah, I'll just take the abused out of the previous sentence. Yeah, and then it'll fit. Alrighty then. Yeah, so here's the total title for 2640. Flat Earth Early Bird 2640. Israel regime change can save the Middle East and end the Hormuz crisis. Cry wolf effect dysfunctional statecraft. Nuke narrative has been politically overexploited. And the awakening cannot be ended, only fulfilled. I'd say that's a pretty good show today. I'm not ending yet, though. I'm just enjoying staring at my own white shirt and how white it is. I like it. Hope you like it too. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you're liking the show. I'm gonna take a bit of a smoke break. I'll be right back. We're right around the corner. I got more clips. Oh, this one's hilarious. Little hottie here. This really reminds me of a situation I had with my ex once. It's funny. So yeah, let's play this. Don't go squirting all over me for this.
Tonight, I want you to be in charge.
Anything you want to do.
Anything?
Tap 3 to cast Buster Sword, do 2 damage on your head because of the extra rule, and then I paid 2 to equip it, and then I paid Darkness of Eternity, which is also Dark Ritual, gain 3 black mana, and I put another Buster Sword, doing another 2 on your head,
Magic the Gathering.
2 more mana, and then Yasha attacked as a 10-8, which hit you for 10, and then I used the effect of Buster Sword to cast Ugin, and some nights around, which hit you for 4 more, meaning I hit you for 18 total, and you only had 16 health.
So be careful what you ask for. Hilarious. That's great. Oh yeah, this is goofy, a bit goofy. What was this? Oh yeah, gears. Just some video about gears. It was interesting. Very mechanical.
Why would engineers spend more money to design herringbone gears? A gear only needs to mesh to work, right? That is one of the biggest misunderstandings about gears. Around the early 1900s, engineers found that herringbone gears could run much more smoothly. Because ordinary gears could transmit power, but once the speed got higher and the torque got larger, the teeth started acting like they were constantly hitting each other. Every time they meshed, a whole row of tooth surfaces contacted almost at once. The bigger the machine, the stronger the impact, vibration, and noise became. Then engineers had an idea. Why not make the teeth angled? That way when the gears mesh, the whole tooth does not hit at once. Contact starts from one end and slowly moves to the other. The force is not slammed in instantly. It is transferred little by little, so helical gears are quieter and smoother. But a new problem appeared. When a helical gear transmits power, it does not only make the other gear rotate, it also creates a sideways force that pushes the shaft in one direction. The bigger the machine, the stronger that force becomes, and the more pressure the bearings have to take. That is when the herringbone gear appeared. Engineers placed 2 opposite helical gears on the same gear. The left side pushes the shaft one way, the right side pushes it back the other way. The 2 forces cancel each other out, so it keeps the smooth meshing of a helical gear while solving the sideways shaft force. But because it is harder and more expensive to make, not every machine uses herringbone gears.
Yeah, interesting. It's an interesting little basic engineering factoid. I like it. I like the basic stuff. Alright. Aliens! I thought it was interesting. Like, why the Brazilians? Like, why are the Brazilians so into aliens, right? With the Bilu and all that telling us how the Earth is convex. Remember that? Flat Earthers might remember that. Well, there's something behind it. Like, why are they so into aliens? Well, it's because they have some past connection with that. It's very interesting. So here's a little video that basically is about that.
These Brazilian tribe members had never
36
heard of
seconds.
aliens before. They didn't even understand the concept of them, but when they were shown a picture of a gray alien, they recognized it immediately and said that's Mancua. They live underground. This lines up with other legends from around the world of ancient underground ant people. The Hopi people have long told us stories about intelligent beings that live underneath the earth, who helped humans survive difficult times and changes in the earth. They weren't described as aliens in the modern sense, but simply called ant people. The idea of underground, non-human beings has been a part of their oral history for generations.
Interesting connection. Right? Because, I mean, yeah, there might be like weird extra dimensionals. Maybe they're related to them. And maybe ant people are like some of the aliens are actually that. Or they might be experiments, like clone experiments with ant people. That they're just kind of using, right? Because they never show a living gray alien. It's always just a body at best. So either they just like artificially constructed that, or they like attempted to clone like an ant person, an ant people thing, and they couldn't like make it actually alive, but they'd still have like could grow a body, and then they just like, oh, we're gonna use this for the alien narrative. Right? That could be it. It's just interesting to keep all that in mind. Like, what is going on with that? With the supposed gray alien? Yeah. So, it just made me think. It made me slightly revise, like, how I even see the supposed gray aliens. Like, there might indeed be some kind of connection with the ant people, as it were. It doesn't have to be them, but they might be involved indirectly. Or maybe their spirit. Talk about a giant tree that's actually still a tree, but it's a stump. Came in onto this is pretty epic. I don't remember. It has some music. Let's see what it is. In China. But just look at that thing. I don't know why X is stumbling. I don't care. It's just 20 seconds anyway. Let's just look at how amazing that thing is. Incredible. Yeah, if you want to take a closer up look, I get it. You probably couldn't see too much from what I just shared, so I'll just share the link in the chat so you can take a look for it up close. That is just one amazing tree stump. Incredible. What's this? Oh yeah. Incredible ancient clothing craft. It's very inspired by that. But this is kind of a long video though. 3 minutes.
But centuries earlier, artisans used physical binary code to weave fragile peacock feathers into silk. This is the ancient art of weaving, or flower making, one of the most complex textile engineering processes in human history. The art is so valuable
Intense.
it is strictly reserved for imperial royalty. It begins with a seemingly impossible material, peacock feathers, prized for their structural color, which reflects light like a prism and never fades over time. The delicate barbules are meticulously sheared from the central quill. But feathers possess almost zero tensile strength. To make them weavable, the artisan hand spins the feather fibers around the core thread of raw silk. This brilliant mechanical solution creates a continuous, shimmering yarn that is both iridescent and incredibly strong. Next, the structural canvas is prepared. Thousands of fine blue silk threads are mathematically spaced and stretched parallel on the loom to form the warp. But the true genius lies above the loom, in the programming. To weave a complex, non-repeating pattern like a peacock, the artisan must translate a massive hanging memory bank of knotted strings. This system operates on pure binary logic. Each knotted string represents a single line of the pattern. When pulled, it lifts an exact sequence of silk threads, acting as
Intense.
zeros and ones. This exact ancient mechanism is the direct inspiration for the punch cards used in the very first modern computers. With the specific silk threads lifted, the weaver passes a wooden shuttle carrying the peacock feather and gold threads through the gap. A heavy wooden reed is then pulled forward, violently beating the delicate thread tightly into place to create a dense, waterproof weave.
Because of the immense mechanical and mental complexity required, an artisan can only weave about 2 inches of this fabric per day. The result is a breathtaking three-dimensional tapestry where biology, mathematics, and art seamlessly intertwine. If you are fascinated by how ancient craftsmanship laid the foundation for modern technology,
Intense.
please subscribe to our next deep dive.
Yeah. Pretty epic. Always appreciate that kind of craft. Old crafts. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip this one. Yeah, here's a guy. It's just like a one-man sound effect studio. Like, holy shit. Like, if you're like Russian or Ukrainian, you might want to be careful around this guy because he could probably trigger some serious PTSD because he's like so good at these sound effects. It's crazy. Anyway, so just check it out.
If you're having some trouble falling asleep, I think my impressions might be loud.
Dude, that guy's... I mean, it's just... all of it, just... vocal cords. Like, how do you do that, man? That is just so freaking impressive. Like, that sounded so real. He's just conjuring an entire landscape with his sounds. It's just amazing. Incredible. I mean, that guy could probably create some very serious distractions. Because he could just make it sound like it's super real. Pretty incredible. Anyway, I think that's it for the clips. Yeah, I got a funny one still. The current wife prank. Like, if you have a wife, don't call them your current wife. Because they don't appreciate that. Anyway, here's it. 1 minute. Okay, that ain't working for some reason. Let's refresh. Let's do that again.
Getting my current wife.
No! Oh, I told you! I fucking told you!
This is my current wife.
No, I told him not this friend. I told him not to fuck with me on this friend.
My current wife.
Current wife? How do you mean current wife? Who the fuck does he think he is?
My current wife is ridiculous.
You're what? Excuse me, what did you say?
About me and my current wife. Hey, whoa! What the heck? What?
Your current wife.
So me and my current wife are pregnant.
What did you just call me?
And my wife's not current.
I knew it.
I'm good. I'm ready for you. I'm ready. I wasn't ready last time. Ooh, I'm ready.
Standing there looking beautiful as always.
What do you mean current wife?
I'm here with my current wife. What?
Your current wife? I know you had several, but you want to have another one after me?
love it. Yeah, you gotta don't do that. A good laugh. Right. So yeah, hour 42 minutes in. I'm gonna take a 2-minute break. I'll be right back, and I'm probably gonna round out the show. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you're liking it. And I'm back. All right. Let's take one final glance. Nah. Nothing new. Alright. Yeah, I might have missed out on something that's going... There's always something going on in the world, right? But, yeah. I think it's been a pretty good show today. Hope you all enjoyed it. OBS has been going smooth. Very happy about that. Rumble too. Everything's just worked out just fine. Okay, yeah, I'm rounding out the show. So thanks everyone for coming. Hope you liked this show. I thought it went great. Hope you liked it too. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me on Rumble and Beer when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the gift card. Patreon gifts and links are on the description box below, or send a super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. You can really use it. So yeah, please support your local artists. It's very helpful. Right, I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2641 on a Saturday. Hope to see you all again then. Have a great weekend, great Friday. Enjoy the sunny weather. You probably got some nice sunny weather over there in the United States and England and everywhere right now, because when it's weather like this here, it's usually weather like that everywhere. So enjoy that. Everybody have a great rest of this Friday, and until the next video, keep it